Hello, I'm Maggie Hammond. I teach on the Complete Creative Writing course, and I've worked as a novelist, a publisher, a journalist, and I'm the author of Creative Writing for Dummies. I'm here to answer some common questions about writing. If you're writing any kind of academic work, you'll almost certainly need to know how to cite a quote. But you might need this if you're writing a biography, journalism, or a non-fiction book as well. First of all, if you're just using a short quote, you can put it in the main body of the text in quote marks, and that's all you need to do. If you're quoting a long quote, then it's normally put in a separate paragraph, usually indented so it stands out from the rest of the text, and it's usually introduced with a colon and then a line space, and there's usually also a line space at the end of the quote. So the quote stands on its own, sometimes even in a smaller or separate typeface in the middle of the page. It's very important when you're citing a quote that you reference it properly. There are three different types of referencing. You can do in-text referencing, you can do footnotes, or you can do endnotes. Some academic institutions prefer one or the other, but it's up to you in many occasions to decide which you like best. It used to be that footnotes were the most common way of doing it. Books often use endnotes so you can read speedily through the text and then look up the references later if you need to. If you're doing in-text referencing, it's actually quite a lot easier and simpler, because all you need to do is after the quote you put brackets, the name of the person you're quoting from, their surname only usually, then you put the date of the book, if they've written more than one book in your bibliography, and then you put the page reference number. So this makes it very easy for the reader to go through the text without constantly stumbling over footnotes and endnotes. You need to use the Harvard referencing system usually. That means that when you have your bibliography, your footnotes or endnotes, you put first of all the surname of the author, then their Christian name or initials. You might put et al. If there's a whole group of them, or you may need to put 2 or 3 names if more than one person wrote the article or book concerned. Then you put the title of the book. You either put that in italics or in quote marks. If it's an article within a book, you normally put the article first and then the book title second, and you usually differentiate them by putting the article in quotes and the book title in italics, or the other way round. You then put the publication, if it's a journal or a book. You put the publisher, and then you put the date on which it was published, and sometimes you put the country in which it was published too. And that's how you cite a quote.